Welcome to another episode of Real Talk of Colorado. This is your man Kingdom. I'm standing in for my brother today, Watik, as he is up philandering around in Winter Park. So today, we have a nice little episode which is right up my alley, the DJ and the state of Colorado and the state of the music industry in Colorado. So today I said I wanted to bring in some of my favorite DJs and have a discussion with them about their future, the past, everything, and what they went through when it comes to music, the love of DJing, and things like that. So today, our first guest for the first part of this show is my man, DJ TopShelf, that's in the building. What's up, Top?
What's going on, man?
How you doing? Man? Good.
I'm just living, trying to maintain. That's all it is to do in this world now.
Hey, man, let me ask you something. Now, tell everybody, because I know kind of your history, let everybody know where you are originally from.
Okay, I grew up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I was born in Alaska because my dad was in the Air Force, you know, so I was born up there, but he's from Alabama, and so I went back down there as a child, 5 years old, such.
Okay.
Moved around a couple times, but predominantly I lived in Alabama my whole life. I moved out here like when I was in the 4th grade one time when my dad like came out here, and that's how I kind of familiar with Denver. From being out here 4th grade and the 7th grade for a semester.
Okay.
With my folks, you know what I'm saying, going through the little custody battle or whatever. So you know how that is.
Hood hop.
Yeah, you know, send me here, send me back, you know. So I did that, and then I moved back to Alabama, like 8th grade. Finished out school down there, and after I got out of school, just growing up on the west side of Alabama, it's just kind of hard, you know, and I just felt like all the guys that I was growing up around, my friends, my peers, they were just not headed nowhere, you know what I'm saying, up. They just going straight or down. I didn't see no progress, so I felt like I needed to go. So I just moved out to Denver, and I've been here ever since. I was 19. I'm 27 now, so.
Now, do you feel you was headed down the wrong path growing up in Tuscaloosa? My surroundings were headed in the wrong path, which was making me look bad because you are who you hang with, you know what I mean? Exactly. So, like, I felt like they were bad influences on me and had me getting looked at in the public view the wrong way. You know, I played basketball in high school, so, you know, I kind of had an image to maintain. I'm supposed to be representing, you know, but where I live and my surroundings didn't reflect on what I was supposed to be doing. Correct. I see.
So, you know, I just moved out to Denver and just started over. Didn't know nobody when I moved out here. You know what I'm saying? I knew a couple people that I went to school with, but, you know, they were like kids then. So when we get older, I don't remember what you looked like when you was in the 4th grade.
Exactly.
I might remember you, but not like just to where, you know what I'm saying, you see me on the street, you're going to be like, oh, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
I ain't seen you since the 4th grade.
Exactly, yeah. So that's how that came about.
That's crazy because, you know, not too many people have the heart to just jump and move from where their surroundings and where they're comfortable to come to somewhere where they barely know anybody.
Yeah, but see, you know, growing up and having to move to different places, I had to go to Delaware for like a couple years when my mom met this dude or whatever, you know. So I've always been able to adapt to my situations. You know, I'm a pretty outgoing person, and, you know, I don't see, it's not hard for me to, you know, adjust and meet new people, and you know what I'm saying?
I know when I first met you, I heard that accent, and I said, this dude ain't from Denver.
Yeah.
You know, I've been around here a long time, and I was like, he just popped up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, he's not from Denver. So let me ask you, because you are a DJ who's doing this thing right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you definitely out there, you know what I'm saying? But here's my thing. When did you first have your love for music and DJing, that profession?
Probably when I was about 17, I would say, when I started going to high school parties, 16, 17, you know, when you start to go out. And, you know, you would just hear the other DJs playing, and you'd be like, man, you know what? Either A, he's doing good, or B, I can do better than him type of thing. You feel what I'm saying?
That's that hip-hop ego come up in there.
Yeah, so, you know, when I was able to afford enough money to get a turntable, I did, you know.
You said a
turntable, yes.
You got to start off with one.
One. So I bought one and used to mess around with the records and stuff like that. And then I didn't really take too much, initiative to take over that in high school, you know. But I was the dude in the car always, you know, when internet first came out and Napster and all that. I was the dude that always had the CDs in the car. So when we riding out, I'm the dude that's gonna control the CD player with my friends, wherever. You know, I got all the new music all the time. So that came about, you know, and I was just like, man, if I get enough money, I'm gonna get more equipment and do more and more, you know. Once I moved out here, and after a couple years of living here, and I was able to afford some equipment, I bought some. And so then Serato came out. Got all that stuff all together, got everything, and then I really started just practicing and just trying to get better and get good at what I was doing before I approached them about going to the clubs or just putting out work and not really knowing what I'm doing. So then that's when that came about. So I probably say about 16, 17 when I just really started liking music, you know, and thinking that maybe I could be a DJ one day. You know, I've always liked music since I was a kid. Crisscross, try to wear my clothes backwards. I'm gonna tell you, boy, you better turn them clothes around. By the time I come up out my room, if them clothes ain't turned back forward, it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? She said,
I ain't buy clothes to wear them backwards, boy.
I don't know where you think you going with me looking like that. That's what she tell me. You ain't going too far with me with them on.
Oh, man, you used to wear your clothes backwards?
I tried one time. I told you I didn't get too far. By the time she was out her room, I was clothes back forward.
Oh, man, that was the end of your crisscross days.
That was the end of them crisscross days. They lasted for literally 2 hours, man. Literally.
Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy.
So, yeah.
So you moved here to Denver. You know, you found your love. Well, you found your love at hip-hop at 17, started DJing.
Right.
Moved here to Denver. You know what I'm saying? So how did you, because of the fact that we all know it's the music industry, Denver is not a music capital,
right?
Music industry capital. I mean, that's just being truthful. We're not even a hub still. True. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they pass through, but that's about it.
Right.
You know, but how did you etch your name to get out here on the scene, in the music scene? Because it's not easy.
Well, I used to go around. I would always just be the guy in the club at first. You see me in the club, just hanging out, just being normal like everybody else, you know. But, I mean, after starting to know people and getting to know people, and like I said, I worked on my craft before I even mentioned to anybody that, you know, y'all know I can do this too now, right? You know what I'm saying? So I actually just worked on my craft and just used to be out a lot, I think. I think just being out in the public eye and the way I hang out, you know what I'm saying? Not saying like that, but, you know, I'm a nice guy, you know, from meeting to the ladies or whatever, to the fellas, take shots with the fellas, whatever. And then you just start knowing people. And then, you know, one of the fellow DJs out here, KDJ, he gave me a chance to come open up with him one night on a Tuesday night. I did that, and it's been on ever since. But I think just the way I used to hang out mostly, you know, just how I be out every night. You used to see me.
Yeah, I mean,
all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Because you know,
you was putting in some work.
You know, work. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you see me, you see the drink in one hand and a microphone in the other.
Drinking microphone, two hands.
You know what I'm saying?
Two-fisted.
I was always two-fisted.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? But we, so, and the thing is, it's real hard to get your name out here. There's a million DJs.
There is.
There's a million DJs that's vying for your spot.
They are.
Am I right?
You're not.
As soon as you slip, they are willing to come in, and they're willing to come in for less money.
Right.
There's a lot of undercutting DJs out here. You know what I'm saying? They're willing to come in. How do you stay fresh on your craft to where you will stay at your spot until you decide to come up off that?
Well, what I'm trying to do is just be myself. I don't want to be like any other DJs. I let them do what they do, you know. Everybody has different flavors. Everybody's not from Colorado. I try to do, when I DJ in the clubs, I try to do it for all my people that's from out of town and just different regions, because that's what, when I go party in other cities, that's what I like to hear. I like to, you know, I go to Atlanta a lot and, you know, different places. So when I go down there, I feel like the clubs are more for everybody, not just in particular, just Atlanta people. But
Texas is different.
Now Texas, Texas they don't want to do nothing but dance. You know what I'm saying?
Texas down there.
They play, if you in Dallas, they playing Dallas music.
For
if
real.
You in Houston, they playing Houston music.
For real.
I know exactly what you're saying. So,
but Busta Rhymes got to sound Texas.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
I know exactly what you're saying. But so I kind of get that vibe to where I want it to sound like, everywhere. Everywhere. We're going to do some East Coast, we're going to do some West Coast. But since I am from the South, I think that's why some people know that I'm going to play more of the new stuff that's coming out from the South, maybe, or But I also do everything, So the way I'm gonna stay fresh is just keep stay in the public eye for one. I support other stuff too. Once I leave here, I'm going to support my man's barbershop opening.
Yeah,
and I feel like if you support people, they'll support you. You can't just go to the club when it's your turn to DJ, and that's it, You have to be out and you have to let people know you appreciate them, you know what I'm saying, for coming. I gave out 100 mixtapes last night at the club. That cost me money for me to give them out, but that's not what it's about. It's about, showing appreciation.
But you'll be surprised how many people look forward to mixtapes coming. They be like, man, why didn't he do a mixtape?
Right.
Why don't he do a mixtape?
Right.
And that's one thing, there's another DJ out here who's, his mixtape game is real heavy because of the fact that he used to do have like a barbershop sponsor or another place sponsor and pay for it.
That's what you do.
And he'll just pass them out for free. He used to do about 3,000 or 4,000 every other week or month. I used to be like, man, he got 100 million mixtape.
That's what I did with this one. That's what we did with this one, but just put up a little extra money to get extra copies and stuff like that, So yeah, to pass them out for free.
And that's how you keep
stay
fresh on your game. You know what I'm saying? So, and I definitely can appreciate that from watching you out here. Now let me ask you. Now you in here thick in the Colorado music scene. What are your thoughts on what you see the Colorado music scene as in our local hip hops? I hate to use the word local because it sounds so generic,
right?
But it is what it is. Locals, because they are from here, and that's where they are based at. What are your insights on the locals here, and what would they might have to do to even get their name out there more, with the DJs and things like that?
Well, to me, first thing the local artists got to stop thinking is that just because you're getting played in the club, that's the route to try to take to try to make a whole bunch of club bangers. So, because at the end of the day, if your club banger is not the one you attempt to make, if it's not a club banger, then what are we gonna do? So I feel like you have to make all types of music,
Correct.
Just be yourself more than anything. I feel like being yourself takes you further than trying to rap about something that you're not even doing. Because people going to see through that. So if you're talking about all this money and all this type of stuff like that, and I don't see it, and I feel like I spend more money than you,
exactly,
then I might as well rap. You feel what I mean? So I just feel like just being yourself, man. You don't have to talk about money, cars, and clothes, and women, Just be yourself. Just talk about what you living. And it's gonna come out better. That's why I like Food Chain and stuff like that. And just different artists to just be themselves. Priest, he steps out the box, you know. And then there's always radio. Just being blessed to be a core DJ. We have Shade 45 XM radio. So sometimes I put me and K-Tone, he's a core DJ as well. We'll put local music on the Shade 45 mixes. It don't always necessarily have to resort to the club.
So you're on XM radio?
Yes, sir. Okay. Shade 45. Core DJs has a radio station on Sundays and Tuesdays. So
a radio show?
A radio show. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, radio show, and so we can turn our mixes in, and they'll get played on Shade 45 on Sunday and Tuesday, syndicated. So if it's on Sunday, it'll come back on Tuesday if you missed it.
And for people who don't know, Eminem owns that radio station.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called Shade E45.
Right.
So that's good. So what do you think about the state of Colorado hip hop scene?
I think it's good. I think, like I said, it could be better if people would just stop focusing on making a club song. Like that's cool to make too. That's fine, but don't just make that or try to remake somebody else's like if you hear a sound and you try to go back and make that
and
same
duplicate
sound, and then think that just because that one goes, then this is gonna go. That's fine. Club play is fine, but if you're trying to get to the next level, you have to be yourself. You have to spend money on yourself. Like, you know, give music out. Don't try to sell your music and don't nobody know who you are.
Nobody know who you are.
I can't. Dude walked up on me the other day, said, "Man, bro, I got these CDs for you right now.
$5.
$5." I said, "No, I'm cool, bro." He said, "Okay, $4." I said, "Nah, man, you should just give me." He said, "Man, I can't give you one, man. You give me $3." You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, and I've never even heard of him. He didn't even look like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you have to look like a rapper, but I mean, he just looked like he was just trying to hustle up a couple coins. No artwork. It was a white sleeve with the CD that he wrote on. At least I give the CDs. At least we give away. They at least got artwork, covers. You know what I'm saying? Sleeves.
So he's not even recouping. I mean, so you saying that a CD that he had was like 50 cents?
It was like
to like 20 cents.
It was like a
10-cent CD.
Got 100 pack of CDs.
But he trying to charge $4.
You trying to sell them to me for whatever you can get out of me, really.
That is not the way to get your name out there. But the thing about it is with Colorado music is, you know, I mean, I've been in this game. I hate to date myself, but I mean, it is what it is. Everybody and mama know who I am. Mm-hmm. You know, do you think that their hustle is real good right now?
I don't think the campaign be off balance. Like, you pushing your song, but you ain't got no product to push with the song. You see what I'm saying? So like sometimes you'd be surprised, just a little campaigning, just spending the quick $400 to $500 on 1,000 print ups on some CDs or something like that, and actually giving your music out, and you know what I'm saying, creating avenues for yourself, opposed to having somebody else create an avenue for you. You know, don't look. I understand you look.
Don't depend on the DJ.
The DJ, yeah.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
You depend on me to break your record in the club, but the music you might have gave me might be a club record. So take other avenues to get your own stuff out there.
Here's what I used to tell. Rappers out here. I used to tell them, when you go in the studio, this is what I used to do when I made my albums. When you go in the studio, you take your CD and you listen to it in about 3 different devices, and you pop in a Busta Rhymes CD, a Jay-Z CD, or something like that. Now we know we don't have that Busta Rhymes or Jay-Z budget,
right,
but there's enough talent with engineers and things in this studio to where they can at least get your sound.
That's another thing.
Some remotely, because a lot of people in Colorado, I mean, a lot of people in the local scenes, a lot of places, not just Colorado, but a lot of cities, the quality of their music is nowhere near there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's some of it's not even worthy of giving out.
To send to the DJ.
I hate to say it.
How could you send me a record that's not quality mixed and mastered? Like, I appreciate the artists that send out DJ service packs where they have a mix show version, to where if I'm going to be mixing on the radio, it's got the 8-bar intro. Then they also going to give you a clean version of that mix show version. They also going to give you a regular version of that. And they also going to give you a clean version of the regular version along with the instrumental. A DJ service pack should have five different versions in it. And they should all be mixed and mastered. And then that's more presentable. That's presentable to where, okay, you gave me all avenues to play it now. You see what I'm saying? You gave me the radio outlet, club outlet, a mixtape outlet, and just the instrumental to throw my beat on maybe an acapella of something else, you know, before you mix it into my song. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that, it's all about packaging. It's all about how you brand it and market it and how you present yourself and be out there in public. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, with a lot of locals, that a lot of them try to charge for their music before anybody knows who they are.
Exactly.
I think you should be required to do mixtapes and things like that to get your name out there. Build on building your brand first before you try to sell your music.
And then,
I mean, some of these guys are on iTunes and things like that. I'm like, for what?
Why? Right.
Nobody knows who you are. You haven't been campaigning or anything. You send out a couple of tweets and a couple of Facebooks saying my albums is in stores. Who are you?
Right. And you know a lot of artists that are in the game right now, they're coming out with mixtapes. They're taking the avenue
They're doing
and
free
touring
mixtapes.
off mixtapes. Yeah.
If you notice, a lot of them are setting up mixtapes before the albums come out.
Exactly.
You see, Rick Ross does mixtapes before he brings out his albums.
You got to be a to come out with an album nowadays, you have to have a real buzz or some money. Like, money will take you a long way in this game, in this rap game. You know, like, you got to get a team behind you that's going to be pushing you. You know what I'm saying? But in order to get that team behind you, you have to present something to make the next man want to put some money behind you. You know, because there's a lot of rappers out here.
Well, tell everybody where you're at now. I mean, what nights are you DJing? What places?
On Tuesdays we at the Hive. That's on 11th and Lincoln.
That's the Old Sutra.
Old Sutra. Thursdays we at the Vinyl. That's on 10th and Broadway.
Okay.
Fridays I'm at Mint right now, which is downtown on 14th and Market. But August the 3rd, I will be moving to the Milk Bar, which is on 10th and Broadway.
You done tapped into that Buppy money, huh?
Yeah, man.
I ain't mad at you, dog.
Trying to. The Mint's cool vibe. And on Saturday, I'll be at Bar Standard on Saturday. Check me there, 10th and Broadway.
So you got basically 4 nights.
We about 3-4 nights a week.
I mean, just for a DJ to get one night is good. For them to get their name out, you got 4. So that goes to show you a testimony of your grind and your hustle.
We grinding, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she said we about done, man.
You have to wrap it up. You know, we can stay here all day and talk about this hip-hop thing.
I appreciate y'all having me, though.
So my man TopShelf, it's your man Kingdom. You know what I'm saying? We got more guests coming up, but I wanted y'all to, you know what I'm saying, I want to introduce you to my man because he's out here grinding, he's doing his thing. Make sure y'all check out TopShelf wherever he's at. Support him. He's a good brother. It's Real Talk, Colorado.